It's never too late. It's never too late.
I think that the beat up over Facebook and privacy is almost getting a little bit out of control. I think people are worried about their privacy online, particularly on Facebook, because we've never really entered this realm before, and people are scared of their identity being stolen or whatever. That said, I think the people who are the savviest users of Facebook, particularly young people, understand how privacy works and they understand how to protect their privacy online, and that's actually not a problem for them. On the other hand, I think that I'm worried that people who use Facebook forget that Facebook is a corporation. You know, it doesn't exist to make us love and talk to each other and, you know, be all warm and fuzzy. It doesn't exist organically. It exists to make money. And at the end of the day, your information is going to be used to give to third parties, to advertise things, to have things advertised at you. And so it's probably worth keeping that in mind when you think about Facebook and privacy.
Safety with Facebook is very, very important. I think fortunately I'm someone that's more educated about how to use the internet, so I won't post my address and then invite, I don't know, 6,000 people to turn up at my house.
I probably don't actually use my privacy settings because I honestly don't know how to do it.
Facebook privacy has become really important to me in the past few years, definitely. When I was younger, I just didn't care at all.
My biggest concern with privacy is a potential employer seeing something damaging on Facebook. We've seen so many cases of that happening in the past.
I don't know if that actually really happens. Jobs really check Facebook.
Things like faking a sickie and then posting a status update about lying in bed or going out for breakfast. It's very risky, and I'm very careful in the way I set up my privacy settings so only my friends can access that information.
Yeah, I think some people do forget that as soon as you click the enter button or whatever it is, that message has been sent to whoever you've allowed to be your friend on Facebook. You can sometimes feel like, it's a little bit cathartic. I'll just put something out there because I need to get out of my system. But perhaps posting a status update on Facebook if you're really, really angry is not the best thing to do, because then everyone else in your friendship group can see that.
I think that you really have to be aware that Facebook owns everything you put on there. So every comment, every wall post, every picture, everything you ever do on Facebook, every like, Facebook actually owns that information.
And at school, we get so many seminars every year about how we should have privacy settings and how everyone can see what we do and it'll affect us for life, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think there's much difference between privacy and safety online and in the real world. It's the same things you've got to be careful of: bullying, predators. It's really scary.
Facebook puts you in contact with people that might enable, frightening situations to happen, or Facebook opens your own personal community so much that it might put you in social situations where uncomfortable things happen.
You really have to be aware that there aren't any boundaries, because at the end of the day, it's the internet.
First year uni, I had a couple of guys send me, a couple of guys from Bangladesh just send me hey, how you going? Do you want to catch up sometime? And I'm like, no. I just didn't reply. And then that's when I realised my privacy settings were really open. So then that's when I changed them.
You can send messages to people who don't know you, or people who don't know you can send messages to you. And I did have one negative experience where I had someone just pretending to be someone who decided to start emailing me and telling me how horrible I was and awful stories. It's not that nice that people can target you in that way. They can still get to you without being your friend. I think Facebook for iPhone is just inevitable. The fact that you can do anything that you can do on a computer now, you can do on a phone. Sometimes it can be really annoying to be doing something with another person and you noticing them constantly checking Facebook while you're socialising with them, or while you're watching a movie with them. Every 10 minutes they're picking up to look at Facebook.
Checking into places, I think, is mighty annoying, just because when you're looking at your Facebook page and you see people checking into a petrol station or McDonald's or something like that, it's is that really necessary to be updating your Facebook page to say that?
I think it's useful in terms of that you might actually be at the same place as someone you know. So if you check in there, then they can come find you.
I think it's a bit for show sometimes, look where I am, look where I've checked into, look how cool I am at this concert.
I've never checked in before, but I've had friends check me into places without asking me. And, you know, it's fine. Like, it's all in fun. It's this person saying, hey, I'm here with all my friends, naming every single one of them. But then there's another however many 100 people that I know who now know where I am.
I do think Facebook is intrinsically voyeuristic. I think it lends itself to people being able to be a little bit nosy and find out about other people.
It can be interesting to know sort of where people have been and what they've been up to, but these are people that you don't necessarily know very well, and is it right that you should have that information?
Yes, I have participated in Facebook stalking. I do love the Facebook stalk.
Look, I do love a bit of a Facebook stalk, I will admit.
I want to say that the ability to Facebook stalk someone is bad, but then I do it all the time. So, you know, I have to say that it's good, right?
Yeah, it's the new term, isn't it? In the early relationship stages, if a boy likes a girl likes a boy, they're friends. The first thing their friends will tell them to do is Facebook stalk them.
One time my friend hooked up with someone and she wanted to know a little bit more about him. So we Facebook stalked him. There's lots of interesting ways you can Facebook stalk someone. Like if you see who's written on, like if they've written on someone else's wall who you're friends with, and you can kind of see how they write and whether they have good English, because that's really important.
You know, you might want to stalk a cute girl in your geology class, but you go on and she has her privacy settings way up. All you can see is her name and her profile picture, which is usually pretty tame, so you're not really going to get much out of the stalk there.
Facebook stalking is essential for any ex-boyfriends, but I think there's a risk of finding things you don't want to know. Do you really want to know that your ex-boyfriend's living in New York with an American's Next Top model? No, you don't want to know that. And you don't want to see photos. Don't want to see photos of it.
It's just another 21st century version of what the kids would be doing at high school anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're either going to be pretending like you're looking at the girl and not looking at the girl, or you're just going to be doing it at home on the photos that she's put on her profile. So I really don't think it's that terrible a thing.
At the end of the day, if you don't want people to know what your information is, if you don't want people to know about what's on your Facebook, make it private. It's really easy. If you want people to know and they find out, then that's the same as them finding out any other piece of information on the internet. And I think that the more free information there is out there, then the better that is.